Welcome to the debate. Today we're diving deep into, well, arguably the most captivating rivalry in modern tennis, the electrifying dynamic between Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner, often dubbed Sinkeraz or maybe the new two.
Yeah, and these two athletes, they aren't just winning matches, are they? They fundamentally reshaped the landscape of men's tennis. I mean, collectively clinching the last 8 major titles since the 2024 Australian Open, and 10 of the last 13 since the 2022 US Open. It's astonishing.
It really is. But what truly sets them apart, and maybe more importantly, what's the blueprint for sustained success in this era-defining clash? Our central question today is this: what is the most significant factor determining long-term success in this rivalry? Is it Alcaraz's, magic and unpredictable versatility, or is it Sinner's consistent power and strategic evolution, particularly when we view it through the lens of modern performance analytics in professional tennis?
Okay, so I'll be arguing that Sinner's rock-solid adaptable game, combined with his very clear commitment to strategic evolution, offers a more robust and ultimately more sustainable path to the top.
And I'll be making the case that Alcaraz's unique, high-risk, high-reward approach, that magic, is the fundamental engine driving his edge right now and his potential for continued dominance. So starting with my position, I'm firmly convinced that Carlos Alcaraz's extraordinary flair, his almost, magical touch, and his truly unpredictable versatility are the decisive factors, not just in his current dominance, but what will underpin his sustained success in this specific rivalry. I mean, even Rafael Nadal, a legend himself, has described Alcaraz as more magic and more unpredictable, pointing specifically to his ability to reach levels of play that Jannik Sinner, at times, simply can't match. Alcaraz's game is just a masterclass in blending aggressive baseline power with an incredibly soft touch at the net. He showcases a rare adaptability that frankly shines across all surfaces. This versatility, combined with what seems like an almost superhuman mental fortitude, allows him to thrive under immense pressure. We see him consistently pulling off miraculous comebacks from what really look like losing positions.
Okay.
And we've seen this play out vividly in their head-to-head encounters, right? Alcaraz currently leads 10-5, and crucially, 2-1 in major finals. I mean, who could forget the 2025 French Open final where Alcaraz famously saved 3 championship points against Sinner in that grueling 5-hour, 29-minute epic? He clinched the title, reclaimed world number 1. His arsenal of shots, including those, audacious, perfectly disguised drop shots, it creates an offensive unpredictability that constantly keeps Sinner, and frankly, all the other top players guessing. Sure, he might have moments of inconsistency, but that incredibly high ceiling and his uncanny ability to conjure amazing things exactly when it matters most, that's what truly defines his competitive edge.
All right. Well, my perspective offers a different explanation for what truly defines long-term success here. I contend that Jannik Sinner's consistent, powerful baseline game, bolstered by his remarkable mental composure, his coolness, and a very clear proactive commitment to strategic evolution, provides a far more robust and, I'd argue, sustainable foundation for prolonged success in the incredibly demanding world of professional tennis.
Okay.
Sinner's style, often described as that of a tennis terminator, is built on this potent combination of pace and depth from both wings, particularly his backhand, which relentlessly puts opponents under constant, suffocating pressure. And just look at his overall win-loss record since the start of 2024, an astounding 109-4 overall. And get this, 48-1 in Grand Slams when we take out the matches against Alcaraz.
That is impressive, yeah.
It isn't just good. It's a level of remarkable consistency that very few players in history have ever managed. And crucially, Sinner's self-awareness regarding his perceived predictability specifically against Alcaraz. That's not a weakness, in my view. It's a strategic challenge that he is actively and very intentionally addressing. Remember after his tough 2025 US Open final loss? He openly stated his intention to become more unpredictable and go out of the comfort zone, even if it meant, and I quote, losing some matches from now on while implementing these changes. That proactive, almost methodical approach to evolving his game is a significant, maybe undervalued strength. It speaks volumes about his long-term vision. Furthermore, when we delve into broader statistical analyses, like that comprehensive +1 study on what drives success in tennis, general metrics like service games won and total points won are consistently highlighted as key differentiators for top-ranked players. Sinner's solid high-percentage game contributes directly to excellence in these foundational areas. And then you factor in his physical characteristics. He's 24, a height that statistically correlates with higher rankings. It just further supports his trajectory toward continued top-tier success as he refines his tactics. This is a player building for the long haul.
I understand the emphasis on Sinner's consistency. And look, it's certainly a formidable aspect of his game, no question. But let's consider how Alcaraz's unique brand of magic fundamentally alters the equation. It's precisely that which makes him so incredibly difficult to counter, even for someone as consistent as Sinner. His ability to hit those, well, audacious drop shots, as the Times of India put it, and just his general willingness to vary his game at any given moment. It forces even the most disciplined opponents, Sinner included, far outside their comfort zones.
Right.
Nadal's observation that Alcaraz can play at a level that probably sometimes Jannik cannot, even if that comes with more mistakes, that's critical here. This isn't just about raw consistency across matches. It's about the absolute peak level of performance within a match. This high-risk, high-reward approach, yeah, despite those occasional moments of inconsistency you mentioned, it allows Alcaraz to reach the absolute highest peaks when it matters most. That gives him the decisive edge in those pivotal moments that define major championships. He can conjure solutions that simply aren't in Sinner's or maybe anyone else's playbook.
That's a compelling argument for Alcaraz's ceiling, and I agree. His capacity for brilliance it's undeniable. However, I believe we need to frame this discussion around sustained success. While Alcaraz's flair is indeed spectacular, Sinner's core strength lies in what I'd call his high floor. That consistent, high-level baseline play that rigorously minimizes unforced errors and maintains relentless pressure. This isn't just a static attribute. It's a foundation that lets him build points and control matches more often than not.
And the +1 study you mentioned actually offers some fascinating insights here. It noted that raw first serve percentage itself didn't yield statistically significant results for distinguishing the very top players, meaning simply getting the first serve in isn't the sole key. Instead, metrics like first serve points won percentage and total service points won were highly significant indicators of elite performance. Sinner's game is fundamentally built on winning those crucial service points, even if his first serve percentage isn't always, say, Eisner-like. His foundation in these areas is already exceptionally strong. And his stated plan to add unpredictability, that's a strategic layer on an already robust, high-percentage game. It's not, a desperate attempt to compensate for some fundamental flaw. It's a methodical refinement. It's an evolution designed to elevate an already world-class game rather than relying solely on pulling rabbits out of a hat.
Okay. Refinement is one thing, and it's admirable. But consistently delivering in the very highest stakes matches when the pressure is absolutely strangling, that demands something more than just a robust foundation, doesn't it? It requires that intangible another gear. And the head-to-head record, Alcaraz leading 10-5 overall, 2-1 in major finals, it really does underscore this point. Beyond just the numbers, those pivotal moments, like saving championship points in the 2025 French Open final, that vividly demonstrates Alcaraz's mental ascendancy when it counts most against Sinner.
Fair point on that match, yes.
And he has this unique ability to break Sinner's impressive winning streaks, repeatedly acting as the spoiler. He ended Sinner's 19-match streak at Indian Wells in 2024. Then later, that astounding 26-match streak at the 2025 Italian Open. This pattern, it suggests a rare psychological edge, maybe, an ability to dig deeper and find that extra level of performance precisely when the stakes are highest, which is, without question, paramount for accumulating major titles and defining an era. It's not just about winning matches. It's about winning when it hurts the most.
I agree those moments show Alcaraz's incredible mental fortitude, and his ability to break streaks is certainly a testament to his competitive fire. No doubt. However, I think we might be overstating the Alcaraz problem for Sinner.
and perhaps overlooking the broader context of Sinner's own achievements and his own capacity for high-stakes performance. I mean, while Alcaraz has certainly had his moments of triumph, let's not forget Sinner has also claimed 4 Grand Slam titles himself, including a very significant victory over Alcaraz at Wimbledon in 2025, which, incidentally, also ended one of Alcaraz's own impressive winning streaks there. So, it's not entirely a one-way street.
True.
While the overall head-to-head currently favors Alcaraz, Sinner's absolutely dominant record against everyone else, that 109.4 really speaks volumes. It proves his consistent capacity to win at the highest level, week in and week out. His current Alcaraz problem, as people call it, is genuinely acknowledged by him as a specific tactical challenge, not some general inability to perform under pressure. His stated goal to become more unpredictable and expand his game, that's not a desperate fix. It's an ongoing, methodical development that I believe could definitively shift the dynamic of this rivalry in future high-stakes matches. He's not standing still. He's actively engineering solutions.
Let's look at this through a more analytical lens then, connecting back to that PLOS-1 study we touched upon. This wasn't just a superficial analysis. It was a comprehensive statistical investigation using advanced techniques, like neural networks. These are sophisticated algorithms designed to identify complex patterns and predict outcomes. And for predicting ATP rank within the top 500, those models achieved an incredibly high accuracy, up to 96.8% when considering all relevant variables.
Okay.
Now, this highlights the intricate interplay of numerous factors. What's crucial here, I think, is that Alcaraz's comprehensive skill set, including his relative youth at 22 and his consistent ability to win total points won, which the study found could explain a significant 39.0% of the variance in performance metrics, positions him perfectly for sustained long-term success, according to this kind of analysis. His remarkable ability to integrate both physical characteristics, anthropometric variables like age and height, and game-specific variables effectively contributes to his higher ranking and consistently earned points. It sort of reinforces that his natural talent and competitive edge, clear from such a young age, align perfectly with what the analytics suggest drives elite performance.
That's an interesting point about the predictive power, and I agree the study is fascinating. However, when we dig a little deeper into that same PLOS-1 study, it also indicates that, and this is quite specific, older and taller players are more likely to secure top positions. In fact, age showed a statistically significant odds ratio of 1.16 for each unit increase in age to be in the top 100. What this means, basically, is the study clearly showed, on average, for every additional year of experience, a player's likelihood of reaching the top 100 increased.
Interesting.
Sinner, at 24, fits this general profile perhaps better now and arguably still has significant room for growth, maybe even more than Alcaraz, who burst onto the scene so young. Nadal himself, while praising both, noted that both players have room to improve. But the consensus in many tennis circles, you see it on places like Reddit even, is that Sinner's ceiling is higher precisely because he is still physically developing and strategically adapting his game at such a rapid pace. While Alcaraz's precocious youth is an undeniable advantage, Sinner's rapid improvement, particularly his transformation on clay, indicates a player whose methodical approach, combined with his already strong foundational metrics like service games won and total points won, well, it makes an incredibly compelling case for his sustained trajectory. He's playing an analytical long game, building piece by piece, which I believe will ultimately lead to a more enduring success.
Okay, as we wrap up today's discussion, it's abundantly clear that the Sinner-Alcaraz rivalry is, well, a defining force in men's tennis. Driven by two immensely talented athletes who bring profoundly distinct approaches to the court. I've argued that Carlos Alcaraz's extraordinary talent, his unpredictable magic, and his frankly unparalleled mental fortitude in the game's most pressure-filled moments are the primary drivers of his current edge and that rapid accumulation of major titles. His uncanny ability to produce amazing things, as we've said, and disrupt even the most solid opponent's rhythm has proven to be a formidable, almost unanswerable weapon, consistently making the critical difference in their biggest matches. It's a style that demands constant improvisation, and yeah, rewards sheer audacity.
A powerful game and, crucially, his profound commitment to strategic adaptation and continuous evolution as a more robust and perhaps sustainable path to prolonged dominance. His remarkable overall win record against the rest of the field, coupled with his proactive, self-aware efforts to evolve his game and address specific tactical challenges, it suggests a formidable competitor whose absolute best tennis and perhaps his most significant triumphs in this very rivalry may still be ahead. He represents that methodical, analytical approach that I believe is built to endure over the long haul.
Yeah, this rivalry, with its contrasting styles, one a whirlwind of unpredictable brilliance, the other this force of consistent, evolving power, and the deep intellectual challenges they pose to each other, it just promises continued excitement and, maybe most importantly, continued evolution from both.
Absolutely. We'll leave it to you, our listeners, to consider how these compelling yet fundamentally different paths to excellence will continue to unfold in the years to come. It certainly further illuminates the intricate dynamics of professional tennis at the highest level.